Hey there, I'm Jama, and over the past few years, I've become very interested in onomatology, the study of names. I've never really liked my name until I researched the meaning of it. My name means paradigm shifter, and I'd like to shift your paradigm by shining a light on onomatology and how it can potentially help you find your purpose, help you communicate better with others, or even both. In each episode, I ask someone 8 basic questions regarding their name that focuses on onomatology. So sit back, relax, and try to shift your paradigm with this next episode. All right, so on today's episode, I'm going to be interviewing somebody who I met through the world of human resources through an association in Columbus. And his name is Brenton. And I'm really excited about this because I actually have an old friend who I haven't talked to in forever who has the same name and he looks like almost identical to him, which is so crazy. So, welcome to the podcast, Brenton.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me. Looking forward to it. And I have to say, I've never met another Brenton, especially one that would look like me. So that I find that intriguing. So we might need to jump into that a little bit. But
I know,
nonetheless,
right?
looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's so awesome. It's so crazy. I literally was just telling my friend this. Like, I grew up in high school having a friend named Brenton. He went to my church and we hung out all the time. He was kind of like my brother, sort of. Like if he felt like a brother to me. And he literally looks just like you. It's crazy.
Huh. Yeah, so that's wild. I mean, I've met other Brents, but never Brenton. But
Yeah.
and especially, I mean, did you grow up here in Ohio or no?
Yeah, in Dayton,
Okay.
Ohio.
Okay. So not
Yeah,
too far.
I
'Cause I know
know.
my mom picked it, I believe, out of watching some girl or some movie when she was a little girl, and she staked the name and he stuck to it.
Nice. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, as soon as I like saw you and I met you, I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so weird." That's like wild. But let's jump into the first question, which is, do you know actually the meaning of your name or did you have to look it up?
I've looked it up. I did not know, but it seems like there's a couple different, ways it can go depending on where you look.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I mean, kind of curious to see, kind of where I guess it would begin, where it kind of branches out and, kind of the foundation of the name.
Yeah, yeah. I found that it derives from Old English. It kind of it means Brynny's settlement, which I was like, I don't really know how to take that or interpret that. But then it kind of the more that I looked into it, the word Brynny is actually an ancient personal name that means flame or fire, which is very
Okay.
interesting. And it also, I found that my research said that Brenton may also have been influenced by a Celtic word lending the definition of steep hill. So, what are your thoughts on those definitions of fire, flame, or steep hill?
Well, I would say, well, I'll start with what I don't know. Steep hill, I don't, that doesn't really, strike a chord with me. Although, I mean, I mean, yeah, I mean, nothing jumps out to me. However, I did live like in a house like kind of on top of a hill growing up. So, I mean, that's interesting. But
Hmm.
fire for sure. I'm proud to say I've kind of strayed away from this, but having a temper when I was little.
Hmm.
I think fire is there, and then I want if you kind of take that to the next level, looking at um my mother's maiden name's Jacoprero, so first generation Italian family. So kind of thinking, you kind of think Italian's temper,
Oh,
um,
yeah.
as I'm trying to not, talk with my hands, but but nonetheless, I think that fire definitely would make sense, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Did you find any other definition on your end?
No, fire was the mainstay. I did see steep hill, but fire kind of um, was what was most common or kind of was most prevalent when I looked. But again, I didn't do too crazy in-depth research on it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. I like that. I like the definition of like flame or fire. It's like it brings light and heat and life, and there's a lot to it that you could interpret it as. So that's cool. So
Yeah,
I
then
take it.
yeah,
Okay.
then as you say that, sorry to cut you off there, but
You're good.
and I'm open with it, but I mean dealing with like being someone with anxiety, I mean that I feel like fire kind of there's some commonality there. So
Mhm.
just you saying the word life there was like I was like, "Oh, that might be it."
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we couldn't do a lot of things without fire, right? So
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, anxiety's, I mean, as good as it is bad. I mean, I there's things I won't forget about because of it.
yeah.
So I mean, look at it as a superpower.
Yeah, for sure. I like that. So I take it that you like the meaning of your name?
Yeah, I mean, I did look up like some odd meanings of names, and I'm like, oh, I hope like I don't get like something that's like, very negative or pessimistic or something like that, because you can kind of have that, or it's kind of tied to something that maybe I don't like. Again, that's being very selfish, but again, it's my name, so I mean I mean I guess I could change it, but I mean I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. And you did say in the very beginning how your mom chose your name. Can you kind of like elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, I want to say it was I'm possibly making this up, but it was a train conductor in I believe a movie that was called like Where the River Runs.
Oh, I think I've heard of that before.
And she said that that's where she heard the name when she was a little girl. And
Hmm.
she's like, I just pocketed it, and she goes, I knew I was gonna use it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that. It's a strong name. Like I like the way it sounds, Brenton. It's strong, but it's like masculine, I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it gets confused with Brendan a lot. I'll just
Hmm.
say that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it's just it's unique, so not a lot of people hear it.
Yeah, for sure. And have you like when you were growing up as like a younger boy, a teenager, or even a young adult, have you ever had like the thought in your mind, like, oh, I wish I had a different name?
Yeah, funny you say that. So in I guess elementary school, kind of growing up, I wanted to be Brent.
Hmm.
That wasn't going to get messed up like Brenton with Brendan or Brandon or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But then when I went to college, I was like, oh, I'm going to be Brenton. It's different.
Hmm.
And so it's kind of interesting that, I made that conscious decision. Um, but even my family calls me Brent.
Oh,
My mom calls me Brenton, but like I had asked to be called Brent. So it's kind of funny there.
okay. Nice. I like it. Either one works.
No, I mean I prefer Brenton now.
Yeah.
But it's just funny, looking back, I was like
Yeah.
why did I shied away from something that, was something that I like now. It's just
Yeah,
funny.
for sure. And if you were forced to change your name, do you think you would change it to and why?
Forced to. I mean, like, oh,
Is
that's
there like a
hard.
name that comes
Like
up to your
I would want to. I mean, I like my son's name Brooks a lot.
Oh, that's cool.
So I
Yeah.
mean, that would be but I, I mean, I know you're saying forced. I wouldn't want to change my name.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
okay. That's an
yeah.
answer too. I've had a lot of,
But
especially men that I interview, a lot of men are like, no, this is the name
yeah,
that you're supposed to have.
yeah, I see it. And then if I mean with your buddies and whatnot, yeah, I
Hmm.
mean a nickname usually is what I'm Miney with my last name being what it is, and
Yeah,
that's kind of what they know you by. But yeah, names are the more you open your mind to it, it's pretty interesting, especially how they stick.
right. Definitely. And I think it's interesting how if depending on who you meet in life and your experiences with those people, you associate an emotion with a name too. Like if
Oh,
you,
100%.
yeah,
Yeah, my wife and I
crazy.
are expecting now, and we're trying to talk about picking names, and talk about, yeah, it's like no, it makes me think of so and so, or I mean,
Mhm.
like oh that gives me a bad taste in my mouth. I don't like that. But
Yeah.
yes, I mean it can be a very strong emotion tied to a name too.
Yeah. It's like crazy powerful.
Like
Uh,
preconceived notions of meeting other people powerful. It's yeah, it's
yeah,
interesting.
definitely. Well, and has your name ever been mispronounced? And if so, how did it make you feel?
Oh, I'm numb to it now.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean it constantly, every day. Um,
Really?
oh yeah. When I was younger, it upset me kind of circling back to, Brent because people couldn't mess that up.
Yeah.
Uh, but it was I mean then having the last name Mininger, they messed that up too. So
Yeah.
it was like a lose-lose situation for me.
Oh,
Um,
I'm
but
sorry.
looking of it now, and then people now feel horrible like if they mess it up, and it's like, I mean, you probably with Jama, I mean, people probably have messed that up.
Oh, yeah,
I'm like,
for
it's
sure.
fine. I said I answered anything that starts with a B, and like I mean, other than like one word, I wouldn't want to answer to, but I mean, it is what
Hmm.
it is. But it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just own it now. But
Yeah.
people feel worse about it than I would ever feel.
Yeah. I have the same sentiment that you do in terms of like it used to really frustrate me growing up, and then now I'm just like, whatever,
Yeah.
it's
Like
okay.
it's right in the email signature, but it's okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Or the spelling. I mean, I always think that's funny. But I'm
Yeah.
sure I mean, the spelling is probably way worse with yours than mine.
Yeah. Yeah, mostly I get Jamie just because most people are like they've never seen the letters in that order, so then they revert to Jamie and I'm like, no, but whatever.
Hmm. Yep.
I'm looking at your name right now and I'm like, I don't think I could ever, how can people mess that up? Brenton. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand hearing it and maybe getting Brendan if you just hear it
Oh, yeah, yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
But seeing it and writing it and typing it, I don't know how they
Yeah,
get that. Because
interesting.
phonetically, it's not that hard to sound out.
Yeah, no, not at all. All right. And so now that like we've talked about the meaning of your name, do you think that that has any relevance on the way that you act or the way that you see the world around you?
I'm pausing because I'm like trying to think deep about this, but someone who like owns and lives with anxiety, I think that the steep hill could be the swing and like just
Hmm.
fear or worry. Um, but then but fire is interesting. Definitely like in my youth days playing lacrosse and football and different sports. I mean the temper was horrible. But
That's awesome.
but yeah, absolutely horrible. And I mean and it wasn't even really like misplaced anger or anything. It was just I just had a temper. And it fire definitely just I mean it's almost it's not funny. I mean because like if I hope and pray my son doesn't have that same temper, but if he does, I know where it had would have come from.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I definitely think fire is like funny, and with hindsight being 2020, looking back now, I mean younger Brenton definitely fire. But steep hill, it could also be, a look of perspective. I mean, are you on top of that hill or are you going down that hill?
Hmm.
So where are you at on
Yeah.
that hill? So I mean, I also think that, it's kind of what you make of it. And that's
Yeah.
kind of something that I've tried to be, more conscious of living in that regard. That it's warming up on me. I mean, as to where I almost instantly dismissed it.
Hmm.
But being in sales of all things, I mean, how can you spin this and make this good? But now that I think of it, it actually is pretty fitting.
That's interesting. I love that. And it's so fascinating to me that I have been looking at the stats of everybody that I've been interviewing, and I believe you are like maybe episode 57 around there. And so with on nearly 60 people, like 80% have said that they think the meaning of their name has relevance on the way that they act or see the world around them. And I'm like, that is so powerful. So I don't know, like when you were talking, I was thinking like how fire and flame like almost makes me think of the word passion. And I was curious, like, what are some of the things that you're passionate about?
Well, I mean, I know this was a podcast and you can't see, but there's golf stuff all behind me.
Oh, yeah, cool.
But I mean, golf's absolutely a passion.
Hmm.
And I like that from the standpoint of it's something that you can live and grow with and you can never really master.
Hmm.
So it's one day you have it figured out, and the next day you don't know up from down. So there's not really any, complacency or anything like that present. And then it's kind of a self-loyal, trustworthy. I mean, it's a honest game. And
Hmm.
so, but with that, I mean, family, absolutely. Um, But and then if I mean I'll use a story of my wife, but and then tying fire into it. Um, so coming from a big Italian family, it's very colorful language. We own restaurants, so if you've ever worked in the restaurant, you kind of know how the back of the house might be.
Yeah.
But with the conversations, a passion is clearly present, especially with the joy of argument. So like my
Hmm.
wife one time at one of the first Thanksgivings she went to, she's like, are they like gonna like go to blows? Are they gonna fight? I'm like, no, no, they're just talking. Um, but I mean, I think it. I mean, so that I mean that definitely resonates. But yeah, I mean, I think passion is very strong, and I think of a lot of strong-willed individuals.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Very cool. All right, so my last question, and it's a little bit more philosophical, in regards to when I started this podcast, I was looking up what is the best-selling book of all time, and it happened to be the Bible. So, and actually in the Bible, there's quite a few people who their names were changed, and I'm curious what your thoughts and your opinion was on why something like that would even be mentioned in the Bible. Like in terms of, for example, Sarai, her name was changed to Sarah. Abram was changed to Abraham, and Saul was changed to Paul. So just kind of curious, like what your thoughts of why that would even be mentioned.
If acceptance and change would be the first two things that come to mind.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I mean, not tying it straight to religion, but I think I mean, the only constant in life is really change. And I mean, I also think with all those, individual stories, there is kind of a turning point or, an impetus for change. And then also how they're being recognized. And they're also in all three of those instances, it's a easier name to I mean, at least in common tongue today, it's easier to, pronounce, read, recognize. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so that's where I would go. Um, but with this being the last question, and knowing that I have a question for you coming up,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's fair for sure. Um, so I actually have an episode that I interviewed my father in.
Okay,
His name is Joe.
okay,
And so I would defer you to listen to that episode. He's a pastor and he has studied the Bible for decades. And
okay.
I would say that my answer is very similar to his in terms of um, well, like Sarai to Sarah and Abram to Abraham, God actually in Genesis said, like, these are the names that you're now going to have. And he was incorporating basically part of God into their name because Yahweh is one of the names, a term for God. And so Sarah and Abraham, the from Yahweh is incorporated. So God was incorporating himself into their lives and their new path. And then Saul changing into Paul, actually, it doesn't say in the Bible that God changed his name, but it literally like changed. Yeah, I forget what book it was in. I want to say Acts, but Saul was actually, it means um asked for, and then Paul means to be humbled or small. So they're completely different meanings, even though one letter has changed. And Saul was actually more Hebrew. And when Paul became a missionary, he was more of a missionary in Rome. And so he wanted to adopt his name to be more culturally acceptable. And also, when he was Saul, he persecuted Christians like crazy. And so he had a really bad reputation. And I think that changing his name to Paul like kind of changed we were just talking about it earlier, like the feeling and the emotion of his prior name because if he would stick with Saul and people knew what he did, like they'd be like, no, I don't believe you.
Oh,
So
he almost wants to detach.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of my answer, but then also I would say like go listen to my dad's episode. It's pretty
No,
good.
I'll have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions?
What does your name mean?
So my name is it derives from James or Jacob, and there's a couple meanings for those names, but Jama specifically means supplanter. And when I looked up that word, I was like, because at first I was like, I don't know what supplanter means.
I
And
have
it just
no idea.
means to turn over. So when you turn something over and you look at it from a different perspective, you are shifting your paradigm. So I always tell people that my name means paradigm shifter. And I think it fits me really well. I empathize with people so well, and I love shifting my paradigm. I love seeing things from different perspectives. So it's definitely a meaning that I love. So
Then that ties into, that workflows being such a, unique part of what you do in
yeah,
your, day job. Um,
yes.
that definitely would make all the sense in the world.
Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. Yeah.
Hmm. No, very cool. But yeah,
Yeah.
now I'll have to look at some people's names when I'm, working with them and see if you can learn anything about them. Because
Yeah,
if it's, I mean, like 80%, well, I mean, it's a different percentage, but I mean, looking at some of the stuff, I mean, in your experience, is a lot of this pretty, can you see an accurate description of someone to an extent?
I can. And it
Like,
blows
have you
my
had,
mind.
yeah, I'm sure there's some outliers with people like, oh, you just don't fit that name. Um,
Yeah.
but then I would imagine if you give someone enough time, they will, kind of come around to that name because it is who
Yeah.
they are. So that, yeah, I could see that you could talk this in circles and circles. I mean, in a good way.
Yeah,
Um, Going deep
for
with
sure.
this.
It's interesting because, like, yeah, I would say most of the people that I talk to, it depends. I mean, but most really fit the meaning of their name. And then by the time I'm done interviewing them and talking to them, they're like, I never thought of those certain things in that way. And so, like, I kind of shifted their paradigm a little bit, which was cool. And I don't know, I feel as though there are a few people in my life that the meaning of their names are like very, very obscure. And I'm like, I really don't know how to interpret that at all. But I think that that almost could be like a wild card in terms of there, it's like mysterious. And, I think you have to kind of work through it a little bit. But they're most of the time, they really do fit the meaning. And that's why I'm just like, I'm so glad I'm doing this because it's almost as if it's kind of like equivalent to a disc assessment or any kind of assessment where you're trying to figure yourself out more, and then you can be a little bit more effective once you know who you are and what drives you or what motivates you and or what is your weakness or what's your strength, and then you can play off of that. And I don't think that that's being manipulative at all. I think some people might think it's manipulative I can't say the word manipulative, but I think that it's more like a tool that you can use to be just more effective in the way that you interact with people. Because I think that communication has been such a huge, huge thing in the last few decades in terms of being successful in life. Like, so many people can ruin relationships because of terrible communication. And so, until we get our communication down, you really can't be effective with people that you are around. So, I think this is one tool to use to kind of be a little bit more effective with people. So,
One more question.
yeah.
What's the, how about this? What's your least favorite name?
My least favorite name? I'm not gonna say that. I'm sorry. I will not be saying that on this podcast.
Uh, well,
But
because I
I'll
mean, you probably, I mean, I'm sure everyone has one, and I
yeah.
mean, it's associated with an experience or a feeling or something.
Yeah, I'll tell you tomorrow.
Oh no, I was just I'm someone who likes to play around, but that's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
But no, but it is true. Um, like
Mhm.
I have a neighbor that always yelled at me that I'll, yeah. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but awesome.
Yeah, I would tell you and I would say that, but I'm sure I would offend some people. So, we'll just keep it to well, I'll tell you another time.
Awesome.
Yeah. Do you have a name that you don't really like very much, or would you rather not
Yeah,
say?
no, no, it was just I had a neighbor who growing up I had just had it out for me. His name was Rich, and it wouldn't matter if I would be going too slow down the street or I would be going too fast down the street. And I think
Uh,
what it was is I played lacrosse, and so and we had a lacrosse goal out in front of our house and the ball constantly in his yard, but um and then we he hit one of our childhood dogs on accident with the car, and then so I mean it was just it was bad.
oh my
And it
gosh.
was just it was constant. And then
You want to know what
obviously
it means?
yeah, I mean this will probably hopefully close some doors for me.
So, so the name Rich means old or powerful leader.
Um, well, he definitely wanted to be the leader of that neighborhood, but
Oh,
um
wow.
yeah, but that's funny.
Yeah.
But in my later years, I went and shook his hand and talked to him. So it's
Oh,
all
good.
is well that ends well. But
Good.
no, too
Very
funny.
good. Cool.
Well, thank you
Any
for
other
having me
questions?
on. No, but thanks for twist my arm to do this. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you decided to do it, and it was really insightful. So thank you.
You're very welcome.